wisely. This is going to be a specific soulmate twin flame reading. I don't typically do those types of readings specifically, but this was getting channeled to me. Part of the message from your soulmate or twin flame, however you want to use that verbiage. And please, if you've seen the Netflix documentary Escaping Twin Flames, please do not feel like everybody who believes in the concept of soulmates and twin flames is crazy, because we are not. It's just about people that are looking for good, positive, healthy love relationships, okay? And that means being a good partner, okay? So that's what this reading is going to be for. And if you have not, please subscribe as you come in, or like the video. And as you do that, the messages most likely will resonate more with you. So let's get that energy exchange going, because I am reading for a collective. Not every message is going to fit your story. So if it doesn't fit, just let that one go, okay? So let's see what we have for this collective. What do they need to know regarding this love feeling, love reading, these messages from their person? These could be male or female. You may need to flip that energy as it so fits, okay? What does this collective need to know? So part of the message was not to worry. What does the collective need to know? Wow. Look at that. Four of Wands, first card. Did I tell you this was a twin flame reading? Or did I tell you this was a twin flame reading? Soulmate, your happy counterpart, okay? And this is beyond soul family, okay? This is at a more intimate and personal level in a non-platonic type relationship. Yes, a lot of people can be happy with platonic type relationships. Not everybody only wants that. So if that is, something that you're desiring here, the Spirit's saying, do not worry. It is for you. There's a reason you clicked on this reading. And if you did, please like the video. Please subscribe, because this is your message. What else does this collective need to know? Do not give up hope. Do not worry. Yeah, maybe the journey is long. Maybe you've been looking a while, right? And it's like, where's my person? Where's my significant other? Where's my complimentary boo, right? Yeah, Two of Pentacles. And it's like, you feel like somebody's kind of disregarded a part of you in this space. It's like you weren't able to express fully all that you are, okay? And that caused you to kind of come out of balance. And that may be, again, why you've clicked on this reading right now, because you feel, like, they say, it's joining of two whole people, right? But, we were not meant to wander this earth alone. There's a reason that we have humanity and animals and nature, so that we are not alone, okay? If we were truly meant to be alone, the world would look a lot different. Nobody would live in a community. Nobody would live in an apartment building, right? Around other people, okay? I think a lot of what the internet, for, some of the cons of the internet And of course, when we had our shutdown, in 2020, a lot of that bred isolationism, and priding ourselves on isolationism instead of realizing that, yes, sometimes two is better than one. And, just as there's like day to night, and as we've set into the winter months, and, the darkness has come earlier and earlier, right? And it's like now, now we have darkness around us more often. Here is the double card to represent that. So sometimes we spend more time focusing on things maybe that aren't bringing us joy, okay? And so when I say the darkness, I'm talking about kind of, just like a general malaise type feeling, okay? Where that seems to be the focus. Again, the beginning message of this was don't worry. So if you're worried that this darkness is taken over, do not. And this is now your time to gather your creative strength and pile all that into your own bond to yourself that's going to be unbreakable, okay? Because the bonds here that the devil has on you are very weak, okay? Like in science class, they told you about different types of bonds. I can't remember. It's been a long time, but it's like coalescent or something. I can't remember the exact term. There's a scientific chemistry term. And so some molecules out there, it is easier to break apart those molecules because the bonds are soft. The devil wants you to believe that the bonds are so strong that you have no other choice but to remain tied to. Exactly. And that's simply not true. Is it? Get you every time. They think they're winning. But yet, even a breath of air could possibly break some of these bonds and these molecules. Think about that. And if it breaks that easily, if it goes apart that easily, was it meant to stay? They want you to think that you're like locked in like a magnet, but you're not. So you need to magnetize onto yourself, okay? And then that's going to then kind of give yourself a protective barrier in addition, so that when people think that they can come up and tie you into their nonsense, they're going to find out very quickly, and you're not going to have to really do too much to prove it to them, because the way you focused your own magnetism, your own bonds, your own ties to where it actually is important and actually grows. Whereas, see here, the devil wants you to grow it, right? Put all your energy into worshiping me, yeah. Instead of looking at what are those God-given talents that you potentially have, right? Putting them into yourself, right? So you don't have to just live in this idol worship. And idol, a word that can be spelled different ways. Here, they want you to idolize, like an idol, IDOL. But that idol worship, it makes the brain idle, IDLE. It weakens the creativity And that's why you can see here the figures are smaller than what's in the middle. That's what they want you to have, that kind of perception. Now, given that, given that perspective, so I just made a short earlier that was about choosing the right soulmate. Okay, so again, needing somebody that compliments you, not somebody who dominates you, right? Okay, somebody who appreciates you, not somebody who controls you. Okay, so coming up now into the heart chakra, what this collective needs to know regarding their soulmate, regarding their twin flame. Okay, 3 of Wands. You definitely feel, because you are in some kind of physical separation at the moment from your person, that things may not be going as planned. Right? And it's almost like you want to shout from the rooftops and saying, this is not what I ordered. Right? It's like expectation versus reality. Why isn't it lining up? Because you feel like, well, the heart wants what the heart wants. Why is this so hard? So what else the collective needs to know? Those are very valid feelings. Yes, it can feel like a struggle when you're on a journey. Here's that King of Wands again. He appeared while I was shuffling. So you could be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, a fire sign out there. One that potentially wants to discuss things with you, collective. If you are not this King of Wands himself, okay? It's kind of like, you're getting into, the expression of romance. And maybe that's something that you haven't really done before because you were in separation from this person. Maybe in past relationships, people made you feel like you had to choose, or they made you feel embarrassed or needy, or, oh, that's always a good word. Like they were so needy, right? And then like the next person they're with, they're like all over each other, and you're like, okay, make it make sense. But sometimes that just means that those people aren't for us. So, if for some reason you're like, again, where is my person at? Maybe it's just because you haven't encountered the right one. Because the right one is going to feel like the right one. It's not going to, always be some struggle and convincing and like, why aren't we doing, it's, yeah. Here's the World card, okay? So, you expect a lot out of this relationship, as you should, because when you put effort into a relationship, especially a partnership, and we're talking about a living situation, that is taking your time and, not just pouring it into yourself, then it is, on the table and becomes a part of a new collective energy between you and your person, right? And then how you deal with that, and then that's going to depend, then that's going to decide how strong those bonds are, what's going to be able to break you apart. And I think that is because of, for those that are in separation currently, that is has been a major concern, because it's like, well, how are we ever even going to come together, because if we're apart now? Okay. Wow, you guys, this reading's amazing. This is the Lover's card. I cannot make this up. Starting with the Four of Wands and ending with the Lovers. Gemini again, and this is in your crown. So when you're saying, where's my love? Where's, yeah, gotta be strong. Leo energy, gotta be strong, right? A lot of people are like, well, I'm tired of hearing that. I want somebody to lean on. I want my compliment. I want, the option, okay? But that's part of the thing is when you option too much, then you start spreading yourself in directions that where you don't really belong. Okay? And I feel like that is in part what has caused this separation. So now I feel like what is happening is your soulmate, your twin flame is starting to kind of talk about and clarify the things that they actually want, okay? And as that's coming through their throat chakra, you're actually going to start seeing it kind of like in the 3D. And it's going to be like, you're just going to be able like to see somebody walking and be like, oh, wait a second. There's something familiar about that person. Like maybe I want to talk to them. Right? So you could be meeting somebody out in public, very soon. And it being like, oh, and I feel good with this person, okay? And yes, feeling good should be part of your expectation. Here in this world card, it's just this very dreamlike state, yes, but with a watchful eye guiding you the whole way. So again, this is that don't worry so much, don't let, the between your eyes get that little mark, right? That makes you think like, well, maybe you're overthinking it. Maybe you're thinking too much. Maybe you need to close your eyes for a moment and take that breath and say, okay, I'm in my life. I'm in my path. So what do I have to do? Really, I just need to go like this, because then the universe is bringing me to where I need to be because I'm already lined up in my path, okay? And that's here showing you this Lover's card as crowning you. It's something that has been gifted to you, and nobody's going to be able to take it away. So if you're worried about like, okay, I've had relationships in the past, they haven't really worked out very well. Well, those were those relationships. It's not the relationship that you're in currently, because not only are that's potentially a different person, right? It's also that you have changed as well, right? So once you start reflecting and seeing, right, the value that you hold, okay, and this is right at your root. It's like you're so solid. You're so solid in this that it's kind of the time for the flowering event. And it's very interesting that the Devil and the Lovers, are opposite here, and it's very similar with the symbolism of the middle and the Trinity here, and the opposing figures. Here they're opposing, and you can see how like rigid they are, right? But here you can see it's just like it's flowing. It's complementary again, and the guy, the guiding love light is around you. Okay. So let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. You ever hear that one? I hope so. Let me take a sip of this, please. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull some Lightworker cards. I don't know that I'm due any clarification on this. It's always tempting, but you know, sometimes this is where the message just needs to kind of marinate a little bit. And since it is a collective message, you know, we want to make sure that we're getting maximum people into that happiness zone, okay? So again, if you are resonating with this message, please like the video or subscribe so other people can get this message as well and claim it, okay? Take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill, okay? So if you've been having like big plans for yourself, again, big expectations for you and your person and like what your life's going to look like. Remember, Rome was not built in a day, right? A life's work, not a season. You know, maybe you can get that addition of your house done in the springtime. And then the year after that, you're going to do the fence. And the year after that, you know what I mean? Like, unless for some reason you just have unlimited funds, and then I guess it's, you know, not a challenge. So if you're somebody maybe who does not have unlimited funds at the moment, maybe that's part of your chosen challenge to you know, see how you can get the things you want in ways where you don't have that automatic leg up, but yet you get what you need in the long run and the universe provides, right? You know, has it truly let you down? Okay. And sometimes when we are upset over, you know, relationships or people that we don't have in our life anymore, we forget that it's a blessing that they're not in our lives, because then that opens the door for the right people to come in. Yes. But it can be very scary. Yes. So, even doing that, if you are healing from something of that nature, taking a break is perfectly normal and fine. Be like, look, you know what? I just was in some intense relationships. I don't even know if I want to date right now. You know, that's totally fine to kind of take it slow, or just tell people you're like really only looking for friends at the moment. Like, you don't want to be entering into, you know, romantic relationships. Okay. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Okay, so again, the channeled message that I got right at the beginning was to not worry. Okay, and you're like, well, yeah, how am I going to do this? Well, how are these people soaring above the atmosphere, right, in this photo? It's because their belief has lifted their spirits to a place where they can impact humanity in the best way possible. And when you're doing that, that means you're loving and honoring yourself. When you're loving and honoring yourself, then what happens? Right? First comes your soul family, your soul tribe, and things like that. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, who's this? Right? Who's that girl barefoot and alone? Right? And this double mission, again, this could be, you know, directly related to your counterpart, to the person who's supposed to complement your life. Okay. Um, you know, a lot of people think about like checking boxes when it comes to a significant other. Well, you know, maybe your significant other is good at plumbing and you're good at electricity. Well, there you go, right? um, you're one step closer to building that dream home. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? This is another one as well, okay? So, if you have been kind of, you know, separated from your person, like in hiding almost, then it's kind of like, well, how can they see how awesome you are? If nobody can see you, Okay. So that doesn't mean like you have to, like run around out in the streets naked. It does mean that you have to, like they say, put yourself out there, okay? Maybe that means going dancing with some girlfriends. Maybe that, or, going with the guys to a sports bar or something. Just getting out and socializing, getting used to being around other people, and also being able to safely express what you want to express, okay? So, sometimes we don't have those counterparts around us and we have to do it all by our lonesome, right? And then we really start questioning things, and it's like, wow, I didn't think this journey was going to be so alienating. Again, getting back to part of that, separation that has occurred because of all our online lives. But remember the reality that our lives do not just occur online. We are living, breathing creatures, and we need real human connection, okay? And that's what the Four of Wands and the Lovers is here to tell you. I mean, you know, if you don't believe it, then it's not your reading, then click off. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what you've had to tell people in the past is like, look, if you're not vibing with my energy, then you need to click off of me, right? And go find somebody who does. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Um, Here, Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? Okay, again, with this Three of Wands, you could be getting ready literally to take a trip soon. And again, this is part of like putting yourself out there so that you can experience life with, you know, the the tribes and the colleagues and the non-platonic relationships that are actually healthy for you. Okay. Yes. So yeah, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. I feel like you've already done that, collective, that you've already cut these cords that you needed to, and that's why you're getting all of this now, okay? Um, and it may feel like to you, like, am I really deserving of this? Like, what is it going to be taken away? And that's again where the universe is saying, don't worry so much about that. And because once you start feeling that love inside of you, again, you're not going to be able to forget it, okay? And when you encounter the right people, you're going to see that as well, okay? And then it's just going to get broader and broader and broader, okay? And then one day it's just going to be like your person just kind of appears, and it's going to be like, oh, okay, so this is what we're doing now. You know what I mean? It's just going to be one of life's little funny stories, okay? What is the first card? Communication is key, Gemini, again. So if you have not been, kind of asking the universe or saying, I'm ready for love. I'm ready for my person. I'm ready to break the weak bonds and build the strong bonds. That is something that you can work on doing. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarius season coming up. Also the opposite of Gemini. So check out your north and south nodes. That may help you a bit in this journey. Especially for those of you who may feel like you are directionally challenged and you always have choices, and it's like you get that analysis paralysis. It's like, oh my God, well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Well, check out your chart And you know, it's kind of the same as tarot, like when things start resonating with you, and then you're like, oh, that makes sense. And here's the thing, life is not supposed to be super complicated and super hard, but we make it super complicated and super hard. Totally. I mean, I'm guilty of it as well, right? But again, this is very, you know, simplified here, how it's kind of starting and finishing. And if you keep that in mind, I think you're going to be able to get some wins here. Emotions are running high. Yeah, anytime you're talking about love, um, you know, then you're talking also about the possibility of rejection and, you know, sometimes you might need a separation from certain people. And again, people who do not have your best interests at heart. So if for some reason you are not in your partnership currently, maybe it's because you're holding on to things that are not of your best interest. And if you continue to do that, then, you know, what do you expect to actually come into your life? Um, yeah. A win-win outcome is forecast for Moon and Libra. So again, when you find the right counterpart, the right person, you're going to feel like you're winning. It's a compliment. It's not, I win, you lose. You know, it's, we did it together. We figured it out, and now we're winning together. We are part of a team. We are part of a unit. We are, you know, doing things beyond what we thought was even capable. Why? Because we are willing to see another perspective, another viewpoint, looking at the bigger picture, looking at the whole, so that we can maintain, wow, so that we can maintain our focus and put that arrow exactly where it needs to be, right through our heart, so we can act from a heart-centered space. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to close the reading here. Please, please, please like the video. Please, please, please subscribe, and it helps move these messages around. So if you benefited from this reading, others may as well. And, you know, that's 100% free. Something you can do to help the channel and help these messages. And just remember, your support of these messages helps put that positive juju out into the world. Okay? So you may not know how to say it, but you sure can click it, right? I mean, that's click, click. Anyway, until next time, please manifest wisely.